You didn't lose that trade because you read the chart wrong. You read the chart fine, the breakout was real, the trend was real, the setup was textbook, and you still ended the month down. Roughly 7 to 9 out of every 10 active retail traders lose money over time. That number barely moves no matter how good the charting software gets. So if the tools keep improving and the result keeps repeating, the problem was never really the chart. The problem is the 3 pounds of tissue making the decision. So let's start with why your brain treats a loss the way it does. In 1979, two psychologists, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, ran a series of experiments on how people weigh risk. They found something strange. A loss does not feel like the mirror image of a gain. It feels heavier. Losing $100 hurts about twice as much as winning $100 feels good. They called this loss aversion, the simple fact that the pain of losing outweighs the pleasure of winning. Now put that brain in front of a falling position. You're long, the price drops, you're down 2%. The rational move is to honor your stop and get out. But getting out means realizing the loss, making it real, official, permanent. And loss aversion screams that this pain must be avoided. So you do the thing that feels safe and is actually fatal. You move the stop. You tell yourself it will come back. You hold. Does that sound familiar? This exact pattern has a name. In 1985, Hirsch Sheffrin and Meir Statman studied thousands of real trades and found that investors sell their winners far too early and hold their losers far too long. They called it the disposition effect. You lock in small wins to feel the rush of being right. You let losses run to avoid the sting of being wrong. Your account bleeds out one, it'll bounce at a time. So let's walk through one trade, your trade. You buy almost instantly before the candle even closes. Your body reacts. Your heart rate climbs. Brian Knutson, a neuroscientist at Stanford, put people inside brain scanners while they made risky money decisions. He found that a region deep in the brain called the nucleus accumbens, your reward center, lights up in anticipation before you even know the outcome. Your brain is already getting high on the maybe. That chemical surge is the same one a slot machine triggers. And it pushes you to act, to add, to chase, not because the data changed, but because the dopamine did. Then the trade goes green, you feel brilliant, you feel certain. And certainty is the most expensive emotion you can carry into a market. Here is the counterintuitive twist: winning makes you worse. In 2000, Brad Barber and Terence Odian published a study with a blunt title, Trading is Hazardous to Your Wealth. They tracked tens of thousands of real brokerage accounts over several years. The finding was brutal and consistent. The more people traded, the less they earned. The most active traders did not just underperform the market. They underperformed the patient traders holding the very same stocks. Overconfidence, usually born from a few early wins, made them trade more. And trading more is exactly what quietly drained them. So that green trade that made you feel like a genius, that is the one setting up your next disaster. Now you can see the whole loop. A win triggers overconfidence. Overconfidence triggers a bigger, sloppier position. The position turns red. Loss aversion stops you from cutting it. The loss grows. Panic finally forces you out at the worst possible moment, and the regret shoves you straight into a revenge trade to win it back. Around and around. None of it is on the chart. All of it is in you. So what actually separates the 10% who survive? It is not a secret indicator. Andrew Lo, an economist at MIT, describes markets as adaptive. They reward the people who can adjust their own behavior, not just their setups. The traders who last are not smarter about price. They are calmer about themselves. They have automated the one decision their emotions can never be trusted to make. The stop is set before the feeling arrives. The position is small enough that no single trade can hijack the nervous system. They take the brain out of the moment because they know the brain is the leak. That is the real edge, not predicting the candle, surviving yourself while it forms. So the next time you are down on a trade and your hand drifts toward that stop to drag it just a little lower, pause. That urge is not analysis. It is an ancient instinct telling you to avoid pain right now. And in the market, avoiding that small pain is exactly how you guarantee the big one. You didn't lose because you read the chart wrong. You lost because you read yourself wrong. And now, finally, you can read the only chart that ever mattered.